Hey everyone, welcome back to the HR Unscripted, where we unpack the workplace for what it really is: human, messy, and full of stories. So today's topic, it's juicy, it's controversial too, and it's something that we offer at Nirogam ourselves. That is unlimited sick leave. Okay, and why I'm talking today is about because I came across the viral post online that said unlimited leave is a trap. Companies give it just to see who will dare to take it, and then judge them for it. So, and honestly, that hit me hard because at Nirogam we actually do offer unlimited sick leave with no cap, no question asked. But here is the real question: is it truly freedom or is it quite a performance test? So to unpack this, I have invited again Bea with me because she is not afraid to say the unsaid, right? So Bea, let's break this open and welcome again to my podcast.
Hello, I'm Deepika, and hello, everyone.
Cool. So, Bea, I'm again going to start with that. What comes to your mind when you hear the unlimited sick leave for the first time when we implemented in Nirogam? So, what do you think? It was a freedom, confusion, or suspicion? What was it for you?
Oh, it's freedom for me. It's
Mhm.
something. I think that was the first time I heard about unlimited sick leave because um, it's unheard of. I would say it's unheard of. Maybe it was said before from other companies, but that was the first time.
Mhm.
So this having this in the company for me is like, oh, so they really um look at the humanness of the employees here because it was such a refreshing idea or policy to have.
Right. But that's not the case for everybody, I think, Bea. Because in a lot of the companies that unlimited leave are a trap. So today I'm going to ask you a really like very tough question. Okay, and tough question in sense that it might not be tough for you, it might be very tough to listen to the viewers because we are keeping very like real things in Nirogam.
Yeah.
So but that can be tough for others. So tell me that, because people always think that, no, Bea, that when we are giving an unlimited leave, right, it's just for the HR branding. Okay,
Mm.
because they want to set up narrative that we do care for the people, we do support people, but in real world it might not be they meant. What they meant is that, maybe again the same thing I will say, that it's a trap, right? So
Mm.
what do you think? We did it for the HR branding, or maybe that person that who is feeling that it's an HR branding? What's your take on it?
Okay. So um this is so amazing because every time we say something about this, everyone has their own take, right? So when people think of it as like, oh, it's just a trap from HR, we don't want to actually um take all of those sick leaves, right? But I think it boils down to our principles in life, like um if we are actually needing
Hmm.
to actually use the unlimited leaves for whatever reason, especially if it's something very, that you really need to take it. Something happened personally. So, I think it's, when an emergency happens and you need it, it's there. So, what do you think that is? Is that a trap, or is it really for you? The intentions of the HR for you to use it, right? So I know that a lot of people would say, would feel like, um, I don't want to use it because I would feel like my performance they're just gonna say that I'm not working enough or something like that. And again, that is a mindset that we need to deal with personally with ourselves. But I think that it's very important that when something happens to you, your family, whatever happened, the leave is there. You use it. You are, um, you have the right to use it.
Right.
So it's a positive thing. I would say.
But you know what, Bea? Definitely, it's a positive thing because our leadership support us and in like that. But definitely, I have saw a lot of cases where it's come with
Mm,
the with the hidden strings. Like now, HR is pulling some hidden strings. they announced it. So what do you think about it? Why people assume this not generous? This is just something hidden out of it.
Yeah. You know, I think the process of HR on how, they would decide a certain policy to be implemented, there's a lot of thought process on that. There, for me, I think if an HR would do a policy, then a lot of thought needs to be there. A lot of considerations had happened before even that policy came into being.
Right.
So, um, some people might have that mindset of, oh, they're just trying to catch us. Huh? Right? So I think, it's again a mindset of how we perceive um, that. So, for some people, if you're using your sick leave for something else other than not emergency or whatever, it's on you.
Right.
So stop thinking about, oh, I can't use it because the HR would and this stuff.
It's also one thing that's now came to my mind, that if companies trusting you, you should also be honest with it, right? If
Definitely.
yeah, so I think definitely, like, always it's always like the recently I had a conversation with one of our Gen Z, right, employees.
Mm,
So she said that now HR has a personality of a vamp, right? Because they are the vamp of the company, that they will count with some of the directly and they will say. And I do agree with that statement of her, because for everything, Bea, that we become a HR become a vamp, right? Even let's say that we are giving you generously leave, but definitely I'm not talking about in the Nirogam perspective, because definitely we are giving it and our employees is using it correctly, and we are very, like, we want to trust our employees. That's our motive. But definitely that's really a case where in other company too, right? So
mm,
so like they do feel that now that HR is doing it, so might be HR has something, so on with her. But you
mhm,
know what?
mhm.
And on the other side also, Bea, that employee are also, when they are getting this hidden things going on, that what now HR is thinking or planning maybe, right? So they also personally felt something, and they were like very hesitant to take leave also, right?
Mhm,
Or
mhm,
maybe even if they are sick, they will not take a leave. Why?
mhm,
Because they feel that now, what if they will see, they will think that I'm not sick and I'm just utilizing it, right?
mhm,
So tell me
mhm.
that, is this happened with you too also, that you personally felt that hesitant to take leave, because not because you weren't sick, but because how it might be perceived? I am okay, like 1 hour before, but now I'm sick. What the
Mhm.
person will perceive? Is that happened with you already?
Yes, again, when it's really using our leaves responsibly. We are given this as a courtesy also from the company, from the HR, that in case things happens, these are available. But of course, we are all working, and deep within ourselves, we have that responsibility of doing our jobs, right? So it's really a balance of being a responsible and a person who can do their jobs. It's a balance of that. Like, if personally, it I have that some sort of an kind of like idea that, oh, if I take too much leave, then I might get kind of like, the HR might see that I have so much leave already and what's going on and all that. That's the reality of how we think, right? We don't want to be always missing work because we might feel that we're not being productive, or our performance is dropping and things like that. But um, for me, as long as these are available to you, you have the you have the right to use the leaves that are being given, I think.
But there are certain times that what happens is that now, when we make a policy around it, about the leaves and all, right? And we make a policy already with the set of the guidelines that how you have to take it, what are the restrictions that you have in even. taking a leave, you have to apply.
Mhm.
We do have, right, certain guidelines over there.
Yes, yes.
Even I feel that the people don't fear about sometimes more about the policy, but they fear more about the culture around it. Right?
Mhm.
That how do we have the culture? So what do you think about this? Do you also feel the same?
Um, uh, it, I don't, personally, sometimes I feel like if I'm taking too much leave, like for example, when I travel, I feel like some work are being set aside, things like that. So sometimes I feel guilty. I'm traveling and I'm enjoying myself, but I know at the back of my mind that I need to do my job, I need to do this. So actually that's a very balance also for myself. Like I want to be productive, I want to work for the company and to reach my goals in everything, it being in my job. But, there are also some times when, you know, do you enjoy or do you actually really take the full benefit of that leave, right? So,
Right. I think to just add on one point where is that now about the culture that we are just building is that now I feel that now sometimes you will not get supported also, right? Like you said that you travel a lot and you take more leaves at that time, right? So at certain time that nobody is asking you any question that hey, what about your productivity and all like that, right? Because we trust that you will be going to manage it, right? That's your role and that's your job that you are going to do. Because
mhm,
definitely, if a company has created a certain leave for you, there is an account. So I think that has to be very assumed about it. That we company should be assume that for might be for this reason that person will not be available. Let's say 15 days we account it, right? I think so.
mhm,
When you come with that perspective that no, they are not going to be here for 15 days because that their leave. They that's the benefit that they are getting to work here, right? So
mhm,
but what we do is that we make a culture of it, culture around it. That if I take a leave now, then people might think bad about me that this person is not working and unlike that. So that culture has a really big burden on it, right? And how do you have a culture in your company that's really say about
yes.
it, right?
Since you're talking about culture, I remember one time I experienced here. I had to go for like maybe a week or 2 weeks that I'm gonna be out. And I remember what our chief of staff previously told me. He told me that um, don't worry that your teammates are not going to be able to manage. Just everything is gonna function. Um, on your absence. So don't worry about it. So that kind of like uh, reassurance, a
Right.
culture of reassuring me that you know it's okay. You can take your leave. That's there for a reason. So I think that can actually make you feel better and less, guilt of taking that leave.
True. And do you feel that it's genuinely trusted here, or do you still feel like let's talk about from your previous company organization it might be that
Mhm.
you feel like it comes with an invisible pressure you put you on a very invisible pressure to prove you are worthy of using this leave, right?
Well, actually, back, in my previous company, when you're not working, you're not getting paid.
Hmm.
So that's actually, a very different, environment here in Nirogam because, we have this kinds of benefit and it's so nice.
Hmm, definitely. And I think I wish that I wish that if company is making this kind of a generous policy, right? So one thing they also need to do is that to really trust their employees and really support their employees in if they
Mhm.
are doing it. And I feel that if you are giving a benefit to it, I think recently I just want to share it with that the one conversation. I think recently I have implemented a lot of changes in our leave policy, right? So I was having a conversation with our CEO, and he said that Deepika, tell me that when you were making this policy and you have accounted some leave for that person. So I think in your mind, it has to be, you have to be fitting in your mind that these are their leave. They're worthy of taking those leaves. These are the benefits that you have already designed for them. If they are not using it or they are using it, they are for them, right? The conversation got me thinking the way that definitely he was very right with the said that if you had already make an account of it, right, the leaves, that this is for the person, right, and you need to generously like making it for employees. So why you are worrying about it? They should be worrying about their work, right? You have already given them the benefit. They will plan their leaves maybe. Or there are a lot of unplanned leaves you have to take, right? You don't know when you are going to fall sick. You don't know when your family member needs you. You don't know that when you are mentally breaking down. So there
Yes.
are many don't know, right? Why don't we support our employees in that? And I think that conversation was a really had an impact on me, right?
Mm.
Definitely. And I think and that's why I design in a very different way, right? And I feel like, I think whatever he's saying, he was very correct in that. And definitely when your leader is like that, when leaders makes you think like that, no, giving them a leave or giving them a benefit is good for the company, right? It's not going to, right, it's not going to, let's say if you're enjoying a 10-day holiday and when you came back from your holiday, right, you will give your more output to the company because your mind is very fresh, you're very relaxed, you're very happy that you had a good holiday and your company supported you, they don't disturb you on that like that. So I think
Mm.
that's how that we need to function it, and how we need to like make our culture around being around it like that. Okay, the culture of openness, culture of expecting things also, right? That if I'm announcing the unlimited leave, that means it's going to be the unlimited leave, and I don't have to worry about it because I have an employee that who will you really use it, right? Really use it very responsibly, right?
Mm.
They will not misuse it.
Mhm.
Show this trust on your employee, and definitely that's going to work. I feel that way, right? For
Mm.
all of the company, if I say, because they are definitely don't, you don't know that when you are going to be on a very bad mental breakdown, right?
Mm.
So because mental breakdown is something that breaks you and you can't able to work, right? Do you have a
Yeah.
system to support it? And I think when you do have a system, let them use it because that's for them. And eventually that's for you, because when they are mentally fit, they are in the condition to work, they will definitely work around it, right?
Yes, yes, yes. That's really a good way to account all of that, and really communicating that with the employees, that, this is not going to be used against you. I think, that would be really good.